Some training manual.
Like where I was
Okay, so you're live streaming this. Okay, so I need to watch my language.
You don't have to watch your language.
Last night I was cussing like a sailor.
Yeah, but what person in the military doesn't cuss like a sailor? Types of ambushes. There we go.
Let me know when everyone's there, and I'll start.
So okay.
Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and start. So types of ambushes. There are two types of ambushes: near and far. Near, write this stuff down. Near is for maximum casualty sustained on the opposition in a quick and effective manner. You are looking to kill. This method, near ambushes, is gruesome. You are within 50 to 100 meters of your target. This is, in reality speaking, from here to these vehicles, this is a near ambush. Alright? Now, a far ambush would be from here to, say, those orange trailers over yonder. Right? That's a far ambush. That's 200, 300 meters. Right? Continuing on. So, a near ambush is for maximum casualty sustained on the opposition in a quick and effective manner. Far is used to harass and deter an enemy from movement. Far is just meant to stop someone. If I'm engaging from far, I'm going to be a lot less accurate rather than I'm near. Because of gravity, wind changes, and all that stuff. Including like the Coriolis effect, or whatever it's called, I can't remember the name. Anyway, so, engaging far, your whole point is to suppress. That's your goal, to stop the movement, probably try to deter them from area, slow them down. Near is to kill. A lot of militia guys, like ISIS, like Al-Qaeda, they will utilize near tactics because they are looking to kill, they are looking to maim. Near is gruesome. Far is more used for modern militaries because if they're near, there's a lot higher chance for casualties on both sides rather than far. Benefits of near ambush. They are extremely efficient at killing the opposition quickly, but if the ambush goes sour, it can result in the same for friendly forces. So if y'all are here and y'all are ambushing me, and say if one thing I might know when you guys are ambushing me, I've already figured out how to counter your ambush. If you guys are ambushing me near, all I have to do is outmaneuver you, and that's it. You're easily flanked, you're easily overwhelmed. Versus far, you guys have a farther view of the region. So if you're 200, 300 meters out, you can see a lot more. Alright? So, the benefits of a far ambush. Most friendly keeps most friendly combatants alive, but at the cost of accuracy and fire superiority. As you increase your distance, your accuracy decreases. So, like I said, gravity, the Coriolis effect, the wind changes, the wind variables, all that stuff. That plays into a part. In reality, this game doesn't have wind, but accuracy and range do play into a part in this. So, continuing on. The farther you go out, the farther you are engaging someone, the lot less likely you are going to kill someone in a far ambush. But say if you want to disable a vehicle, so if you aim for the vehicles themselves and you pop their tires, you hit their engine block, things like that, you hit the driver, you have stopped them. That's the point. Formations of ambushes. There are three types of ambushes: linear, L-shaped, and V. So we're going to go ahead and form them. We'll say right here, these two flags are our kill zones. Alright? Anywhere between this flag is a kill zone. Right? Anywhere between these flags, anything inside there Done. So, the first one we're going to cover is linear. Alright, so linear, all you're doing... Pull it up. My stupid ass tablet's having a seizure. Okay, there we go. Linear is a one-sided ambush that has its flank guards punched out to provide flank security. Primarily used for far ambushes. What it's going to look like is this. I want Gons, Tony, and Casey to get online. Right here. Get online this way. Online, Casey.
You said this way.
Yeah, like how Tony
Like
and
that
Gons
way.
are. Yeah. Yes. We're not there.
That's
Fine,
not
so Petra,
online
come
that
right
way.
here.
Online that way would be standing next to him.
Yeah, there you go, Tetra, right there. Gons come forward, there you go. And so, right now, this is a linear ambush. Can anyone tell me why me and Tetra are punched out like this? Why we are kind of extended on the flanks? Anyone at all? No. The reason why we are punched out like this is because, let's just say, I am a hostile. And I say, oh, we're getting ambushed. What can we do? I push right, I flank. Tetra's here to stop me. I can't get to you. You three are the main body of the ambush. Tetra and I would be the security element. We're ensuring that you guys aren't touched. Usually it's the machine gunners and the anti-tank gunners or whatever. They're punched out. So, if I try to get to you guys, Tetra's here to stop me. I can't go around because I get shot by you. So that keeps me from advancing on you. Same thing on the other side. And yeah, it does offer different angles, but not by much. I'm not really seeing a different sight picture than you three. Right? So, now, why do you think it's not used for near ambushes? Want to have any answers?
But you're far away.
No. Because if everyone move up to about this flag here. Actually to, yeah, right there, that white line, Jans. Right behind you. There you go. So, we'll say that we've pushed up, say, 100, 200 meters. Still linear formation, so me and Tetra would be about here. We're punched out. So now, we're within 100 meters of the vehicles that we're ambushing. They get out, they try to attack us. We are closer to them. If we're punched out 50 meters, that's 50 meters for them. So if we're within 100 meters, that makes it 50 meters for them. They can see us. They have a better time at hitting us. Me and Tetra also have our asses out in the wind. If we get flanked, we're cut off. Versus, if we're all the way back there, we can see more. We have a better chance of cutting them off and suppressing. Alright? Come back here to the bushes. Alright. Next ambush is L-shaped. L-shaped is the most brutal and is only used in near ambushes. This puts the shortest part of the L with the machine gunner on an enemy's path of movement, whilst the longest part of the L is along the flank of the path. This is a nasty and brutal ambush that will result, that will result in mass casualty for the opposition. So, we'll say, along this yellow line here, this yellow line right here, is the enemy's path of movement. Jans and Casey, I want you up here. Casey, I want you here. Please move for the purpose, Casey. You're gonna be the AT gunner. Jans, you're gonna be using the machine gun. You're gonna be right here. Tetra, Tony, you guys are good. We're gonna be online about right where Tetra is. So, along that yellow path is the path of movement. they're moving towards Casey and Jans. So they get into contact. Jans' machine gun, he's gonna rip through all of them. And we are providing the flank security. So if they try to push away from Jans, try to come up into the high ground, we're on the high ground. They can't. We're here. We're shooting them the whole way up. They try to get through Jans, they can't. They're going up against a machine gun. Rule of thumb: never charge a machine gun. Never do. So the only way for them to go is back. Does anyone know what could happen? Let's say this was used in a far ambush. Look at the surrounding. Look at where Casey and Jans are, and look at us. If this is 200, 300 meters, and they're on the road, and we're 200, 300 meters away from Jans and Casey, what happens to Jans and Casey?
They die. We can say
Anyone have an answer? Exactly. They're screwed. Their ass is left out in the wind. We can't get to them. So if they go down, that's it. And it's only usually, if this is a squad size element, there's probably, assuming there's 5 guys within the squad, within a fire team, there's 2 guys up there on the road, 3 here. So you're hoping that the 2 up there on the road are capable of holding their own. If we were more than 100, 150 meters away, they would be in some serious trouble. Because all it takes is for the enemy to figure out that, hey, they're really far away, and these guys are sitting here on the road. All we gotta do is bust through the front part of this ambush, and we're home free. You lose your machine gunner, you lose your AT gunner, and that's it. That's over. So all you have left is your marksman and your rifleman, and your medic, and that's it. So, why is it that the machine gunner, why is it that the AT gunner, again, just for everyone's sake so they know where everything is, why is the AT gunner right here where Casey is? Why is he here? One answer. Jans,
To do what he does, right?
Casey.
Take out vehicles.
Yes, but why? Why? Why is he over here and not up there where Tony and Tetra are?
So don't get ran over. He's got the firepower.
Exactly. It is a lot easier to track a vehicle coming towards you rather than going past you. A whole lot easier to hit it right in the engine block with a weapon that is designed to take out vehicles head on. Like, have you ever tried to throw a football to someone when they're running, sideways to you, running past you? You have to lead a lot more to get that football to your desired target. Versus if they're running away from you and you throw that football, or they're running towards you, they're running towards you and you throw that football, you have to correct a whole lot less to get that football through them. It is literally the same concept. The AT gunner has to correct a lot less to get that rocket or AT weapon or whatever the case on the lead vehicle to stop the column or stop the infantry movement or whatever the case, to get them stopped. It's a lot easier for them to track going forward and sideways. So the next thing we're going to go over is, so everyone go up there to the bushes again and form a wedge. But here's the thing. I want the wedge facing towards the bushes, out of the way. So the point should be facing towards the bush. Jans are good. Tony, right here. Oh, no. Mind you got it. Mind you got it. Alright, so now assuming that this formation is pushed out maybe a good, say, 50 meters, maybe 25 meters between each person, this is a V formation. This is a wedge formation, this is a V formation for ambushes. Now, I'm going to bring these vehicles up a little bit closer so you guys can see better. So these flags aren't blocking your view. Give me a few seconds. So, can anyone tell me why V formation is a lot better ambush vehicles primarily than the other formation?
What was the question?
Can anyone tell me why V formation is
You can hit it from all sides.
exactly.
You got people in front of it
So
and behind it.
exactly. So Tony, if he was farther to the left, he could see me. If I'm all the way over here on the front left part of the truck, he could see me. If I move all the way to the back side of the truck, Casey can see me. If I'm standing here in between the windows, Jans can see me. No matter where I go behind this vehicle, there's always a line of contact, or literally creating a cross section of lines of fire on an area. V formation is the best formation for ambushes. Now let me go and read you what it says on the website. V-shaped ambushes provides an interlocking field of fire on an area, ensures that 95% of the area that you want as a kill zone is covered. This is used both in near and far ambushes. It doesn't matter if you're within 100 meters or 400 meters. It does not matter. This ambush style is usually the go-to ambush style for most modern military forces, because there's usually no escape. But what that does is it keeps the road open. Unlike the L ambush, where it stops the whole column of movement. Wow, I got tongue twisted. Unlike the L formation, both linear and V allows the ambush units to pass through. They don't get stopped. So if they want to keep on going, they can. If they want to retreat, they can. L formation is used only to kill. You are looking to destroy, to eliminate. V formation and linear are looking to pretty much deteriorate an enemy force. Right? Any questions? No? Okay. So, next is chapter 6, how to understand a combat situation. So, everyone can come out here to me. Right about here. Yeah, right here would be good. So, what we'll say is these two vehicles right here, Deuce and a Half here, and this Dodge, or wow, I didn't say that for copyright reasons. This Bison here is enemy units. We'll just say those are placeholders for enemy units, right? We'll just say that Jans and who else was on teams? So Jans, Tetra, you're one squad. Casey, Tony, you're another squad. So pair up with your designated groups. So Tetra, Jans is over there. Tetra. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and establish this. Casey, Tony, I want you over here. Right about here. Actually, let's move to the right some. That's a little bit too far. About right here would be good. Alright, so we'll say this. You guys are on patrol, and Tetra and Jan's group decides, hey, we're going to push ahead. We're going to scout ahead, see what's up there, see what's up ahead, and if there's anything, we'll let you guys know. So Tetra and Jans, they push up to about maybe here, around this area right here. They get engaged by the Bison, the enemy contact. So they're engaged, they're taking fire. Tony and Casey's unit, they see it, they're open. They can do whatever they need to do. Actually, we'll just say that my controller died. Hang on. We'll just say that the Deuce and a Half is not in play right now. I think I found my charger really bad. Hang on. There it is. Hang on. I'll tell you in a second. I gotta keep my controller charged. Oh my god, these plugs are so fucking horrible. There we go. Alright, so, no, these are not flipped. O, in the figures, the blue O represents Tony and Casey, green F represents Jans and Tetra, right? And the X represents the Bison. So, you guys, so Tetra and Jans are engaged. So this leaves Casey and Tony open for movement. Well, they have two options. Either they can push up, get in line with Tetra and Jans, and put down suppressing fire on the Bison, and possibly also get suppressed, which is not a good thing to do. Or Tony and Casey can push past, form a flanking movement on the Bison here, and attack its right, or its left, excuse me, and suppress it, and allow Jans and Tetra to either break contact, get to better ground, or advance. So, what was originally a whole squad being suppressed, now you have two squads back up and running because of a simple flanking maneuver. So understanding the combat situation is crucial to being an effective squad leader and being an effective member of a squad. Because if Casey and Tony didn't do anything, what could possibly happen to Jans and Tetra? They die. In a sense, yeah. They would continue to be suppressed. If it was a mission of utmost speed and importance, the longer that they're bogged down dealing with this one little unit, the longer it would take them to complete the mission, and ultimately may make the mission fail. Or, if they're just engaged in a patrol, like we said in this instance, it could lead to casualties. Unnecessary casualties. So, moving with the utmost importance and understanding combat situation is crucial. Absolutely crucial. Right? So, next we're gonna go cover, this is the tedious part. This is mainly meant for squad leaders, so if you wanna become a squad leader, this is for you. So, the military utilizes many different acronyms to help send information at a faster rate of speed to ensure maximum mobility, communication, and flexibility. Understanding these acronyms and phrases will in turn speed up your elements engagement, speed, and effectiveness. So, if you guys want to, you guys can form a school circle around me, I don't really care. So, you guys can pull up what chapter is this? Chapter 7, acronyms and phrases. We'll go ahead and just cover them. Now, once again, this is only for if you want to be a squad leader. It would be recommended if you knew some of them, the more important ones. But for the most part, if you're not being a squad leader, you don't really need to know. So, here they are. LZ, landing zone. This is used when referring to a place where helicopters are to land in a pre-designated area when offering engagement. So, if we say, okay, well, we're going to land here at this specific area, it's going to be called a landing zone. Like I said last night, military jargon is very, very straightforward. So, you don't really need to worry. Drop zones, drop zones is a location where a drop is to occur, used primarily for supplies, vehicles, or airborne drop or engagement. So, like our picture just landed a helicopter here, that could be considered an LZ if it was pre-designated. Or if we said, oh, well, we need a place for you to land, here's a place for you to land, LZ. It's kind of like police codes in reality. If anyone who's LEO in our community would understand, if you're doing the traffic stop, it would be faster for you to say the 10 code rather than going and saying traffic stop. Get it? So these are mainly here to ensure that radio time or communication is a lot less. And also let me go and throw this in here too. I'm not looking for you guys to use all of these. These are here mainly just for knowledge. If you guys really want to understand, if you guys hear us say something that you don't understand, this is more or less viewed to help you understand. It's kind of like a dictionary in a sense. Continuing on, AO, Area of Operations. This is a pre-designated area for a unit's area to conduct military operations in such as patrols, peacekeeping, etc. Used to identify a location in a region or place to ensure units don't get mixed up and overextend themselves. CAF stands for Close Air Support. This is an acronym used to identify a fire mission that's close to a friendly ground unit's position from the air, such as helicopters or jets. PL, Platoon Leader. This is a leadership position held within a unit that commands both squads and fire teams. SL, Squad Leader. This is a leadership position held within a unit and commands only fire teams. In some instances, may be in charge of only a fire team depending on the situation. FL, Fire Team Leader. This is a leadership position held within a unit and commands only a fire team. It's lowest leadership role available. So it goes like this, lowest to highest. It goes Fire Team Leader, Squad Leader, Platoon Leader. So for example, let me go and say this. Jan, you might be a fire team leader. Casey might be a squad leader. Tetra is the platoon leader. So if Jan's has an issue with one of his guys, he'd tell Casey. Casey can't figure it out, he'd tell Tetra. Or if there's a situation that is developing where they're in combat, and Jans needs help, Jans would contact Casey. If Casey can't really delegate enough resources to help him, or if he needs to know if this fits the ROE, which stands for Rules of Engagement, or whatever, he contacts Tetra. And Tetra would basically be the person who moves each unit around. He would tell them where to go, etc., etc. And the same thing with squad leaders and fire team leaders. Alright? So, any questions so far? No. Okay. Pause. Position. This is an acronym used to say position in an easy, fast, and obvious way. OPSEC. Operational security. This is an acronym used to quickly someone that they are saying or they shouldn't bring up something that is highly confidential information regarding a certain topic. So locations, places, people, operational regions, things like that. That's considered OPSEC, operational security. So if I start talking about a very, very highly classified region, for example, I'll give you guys a prime example. So the raid on Osama bin Laden. One of the Navy SEALs started flapping his gums about, oh, well, we're going to go kill Osama. He's here. And someone got that information. That would give Osama an opportunity to move and to get away. So when they did raid the area, no one would be there. OPSEC ensures that no one speaks about specific areas. Now, like I said, again, I want to ensure that everyone understands this is only used for, immersion. We're not looking to actually use these terms. It's only for immersion. MSR, main supply route. This is an acronym used to identify major supply route, or major route for traffic, and is used primarily to send and receive supplies to units and areas. ROE already covered. This is an acronym used to identify the rules and interactions used involved in a combat situation. This involves things such as who you can and can't fire at, can and can't fire, where you can and can't go, and so on. EDA, Battle Damage Assessment. This is an acronym used to convey information regarding effectiveness against the requested target. For example, Deadly 2-2, BDA is 90 out of 100, target suppressed, enemy trench system destroyed. So basically, I'm just saying, hey, that strafe or whatever did really good, or did really bad. Try again. It's helping push on information to the pilots or to the artillery or whatever that, hey, you may need to readjust. Hey, that was really good. keep firing there. That's basically what's used for. RTB, return to base. This is an acronym used to state that a unit or another unit is returning to base. They're done, they're going home. IP, insertion point. This is an acronym used for a pre-designated position for units to enter an AO. EP, extraction point. This is not an acronym used for a pre-designated position for a unit to leave or be extracted from an AO. FOB, forward operating base. This is an acronym used to identify a forward base of operations where units are stationed and prepped to be sent out on patrols, missions, and ops. It is mainly made up of living quarters and defensive structures such as walls and bunkers. TCP, traffic control point. Much like how police do with roadside checks to ensure people are buckled up, aren't intoxicated, or doing anything illegal, a TCP does the same method but only militarized. It's a checkpoint along main routes where large portions of traffic travel through. These ensure that no contraband, weapons, enemy assets, or other questionable assets are able to pass through. MOB, main operating base. This is an acronym used to identify a base that is primarily as a headquarters for a unit. This is where the command center for a region is and is similarly set up like a FOB. OP, observation post. This is an acronym used to quickly identify where a recon element should head in order to get a good view on the area. LP, listening post. This is an acronym used mainly for defenses. It is the set of eyes and ears for the rest of the unit and act primarily as an early warning system to alert the rest of the unit of any incoming attacks or defenses. So, if you guys are on defense right now, just say that, and you don't send out a listening post, you don't have anyone like 100 meters out ahead to let you know that a group is coming your way, you will get caught with your pants down, pretty much. You're gonna get ambushed. A listening post is usually made up of 1 to 2 guys, and they're ahead 100 meters or so, and they're there with the radio and say, oh, there's a group coming this way. They're coming right towards this area, or they're going past this area. They're basically like an early warning system, in a sense. We're almost done with this part. We've only got a few more to go. 5x5. This is a phrase that's equivalent to 10-4 in the military, except it is used only when doing radio checks. Maybe if we need to use Zello from Milsim. Actual. This is a phrase used to identify who is the commanding unit in an element. Example is Ultra 1 Actual. So if Jans, Tony, Tetra, Casey, and I were all a part of the squad, and Tetra was the squad leader, he would be actual. He's actual. The rest of us are just nobodies in the squad. We don't have any high designated name. He's actual. Right? Armor. This is a phrase used to identify when an armored vehicle is approaching. It is an umbrella term and helps us distinguish an armored vehicle from the location in case if it is hard to hear. So, for example, this insurgent here, classified as armor. The rhinos, they're classified as armor. Right? And so on and so forth. Anything that has armor on wheels and has armament is considered armor. Medevac. This is a phrase used when calling for medical extraction. It is used to call in a medical evac unit, whether it be by land, air, or sea, to extract a critically wounded person. On. Casey, Tony, knock it off. Evac. This phrase is used for requesting an evac that is supported or capable of close air support. Fast movers. This is a phrase used to identify military-based fixed-wing aircraft such as jets. It ensures that the understanding of what is said is clear and easily understood. Well, I'm going to stop reading these because, honestly, you can just read these up on your own. But yeah, I'm chewing up a lot of time doing this. But all these here you can read up on the website, and you can read them for yourself if you want. So, finally, for the chapters, we're going to go over fire supports. This is important. This is extremely important. If you need to pay attention to any of them, this is huge. Alright? This is probably more important than room breaching informations, because if you don't do this right, you're going to mess up badly, really bad. Alright? Fire support is a crucial asset to troops when engaged by an enemy. This allows friendly units to fire upon enemies that might be either too far away, too dangerous, or too well defended for a friendly ground element to deal with. There are three types of fire supports: aircraft, artillery, and missile-borne. Aircraft fire supports. Aircraft fire supports are the most accurate, capable of delivering either 30mm rounds at a blinding and explosive rate, or dropping a massive bomb on a target. Air support assets are very versatile and recommended in most situations. Drawback is that there is a possibility with human error, as with any form of asset, but aircraft primarily are a prime case for friendly fire incidents. To combat that, there are important steps you must adhere to before calling in any form of CAS, close air support. Firstly, you must ensure you are exceeding 200 meters to be deemed a non-danger close strike.
It's
Danger
actually
close is when
600.
fire support is within 200 meters of your current position. Being inside this area heightens the risk of friendly fire, casualties, and likelihood of being struck by a misplaced round or bomb. Ensure this doesn't happen, follow this method. Step 1. Now, call in a fire support unit and inform them of the situation. Informing them of what type of target they are firing on will assist in their lethality. Step 2. Give the fire support unit the current position of friendly unit first, followed by where the enemy is. This will ensure the pilot doesn't overshoot or undershoot the target area and risk hitting friendlies. Ensure the pilot knows where the enemy unit is, preferably with an IR strobe, smoke, laser, or flare. For us, the Milsim group here, what we usually use is hold on, let me get it out. Just no misunderstanding. We usually use the flares, the Merryweather airstrike, Merryweather airstrike ability game. Well, once jet flies over, I'll drop it. We also use the flare gun. We also might use visual adaptations. So if we can't put a flare on it, we can't get close enough to throw a flare, we might say, for example, if we can go over this way, so we can get outside these damn vehicles, we might say, okay, there's a tank over there and it's shooting at us. We need CAS to fire at it and destroy it so we can move on. We can't get close enough to throw a flare at it. We can't shoot a flare at it. So what we would do is say Casey's flying a jet. We would say, okay, Casey, to the south of the front door of the Pegasus hangar, or maybe a good 100 meters to the front of it, is a tank. We need you to hit it. One. Excuse me. So, logically speaking, you should be able to see it. It's an open airfield. It's an open runway. You should be able to see it, no problem. But there's one key thing I've seen a lot of people do in this Milsim group is this. They will never really choose a path that is not dangerous. And let me explain to you what I mean. So usually what the pilots will do is they'll just strafe whichever way they can. And they'll just bomb and bomb and bomb and bomb until they get the target destroyed. What happens is you'll get instances where there's friendly fire. So what I mean by this is this. You might have an instance where the pilot decides, hey, I'm going to do a bombing run and will fly right at you. Guns blazing, missiles flying off the rails, everything. And it might lock onto one of your vehicles because GTA is a shitty little game. So, it might lock onto one of your vehicles. If you're clumping around your vehicle, or GTA says, hey look, enemy vehicle, even though you're utilizing it for Milsim, that missile might come flying right at you and hit you, and you're dead. And there goes the vehicle and 5 guys. There goes your combat efficiency. So, what you should do is, so we're facing south right now. The pilot should never, ever shoot, most likely it's either going to hit a friendly unit or it's not going to hit anything. So that tank is sitting nice and pretty in front of those doors. He flies at us. There's a very, very good chance that he'll hit us. And most likely, since we use lasers mostly, preferably the pilots will use either the cannons or the missiles. The missiles, they'll lock onto anything that they can. If he's flying at us, missiles lock onto the vehicle, we're dead. So rather, you have three options. They can fly towards the hangar, over us, or they can go, preferably, east and west. So, again, I'll explain the situation. Tank over there by the hangar, we'll say, okay, Casey, tank by the hangar, preferred line of attack is east to west. Why east to west? What? Say that again?
That's where it might be heading.
Yeah. Well, no. Because
if the plane flies on a straight heading, then it's not going to have any possibility of over-undershooting the target.
exactly, but and that's correct.
And hitting
but
its
also
own
exactly, but why east to west? Why not north to south or south to north? Why east to west? If we're facing south, why east to west?
because it doesn't fly at the dunes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I bet. Yeah. Casey's right then. My mistake. So yeah, Casey's right. If he's flying east to west, and we're north, we are in no way, shape, or form in danger of his aircraft. So if he undershoots or overshoots, it's never going to hit us. Now, if he does fly over us and attack from south to north, which is flying over us towards the hangar, there might be a possibility of him undershooting and dropping the bomb on us. So, can I please have you? So, once the plane starts making attack paths, no one advances. If you see the vehicle get destroyed, that doesn't mean, oh, the pilot knows that the vehicle is dead. The pilot might not know that. We do. We can see that it's burning. He might not. So he might come around for another attack path. Which means that if you're near that vehicle and he comes in for another attack path, you're in the way. You're going to get killed. Artillery. Artillery is the least accurate but best for dealing with clustered enemies or a heightened enemy aerial defense such as SAMs or AA. These fire supports can venture from mortars all the way to 150mm howitzers and anywhere in between. The issue is that there is a possibility of rounds being short or long, which means that if a short is round, it may fall on your unit if you're too close to the desired target to strike, or you will have to refire or even correct to adjust the issue. To call in fire supports is the same as calling in air support, but the distance to the target must be increased by 50 to 100 meters depending on wind variables, weather, terrain, and proximity to enemy. Missile-borne strikes. Missile-borne strikes are support weapons such as Tomahawk and other cruise missiles. These are the most accurate, deadliest, but are also prone to GPS errors, being shot down, collision to terrain, dudding, and range. The same method of fire support requests follows the same as artillery, but may require either quick location or IR. These missiles also cost a fortune, so accuracy from both the RTO and the pilot or programmer of the missile is paramount. Usually there are no redos with fire missions with these and are primarily used for high-risk special operations missions. That aspect, missile-borne strikes, that was when we were RPing, that was when we were doing Milsims on Battlefield 4. Since we're mainly doing on GTA now, that one is not really used. But if we ever do go on Battlefield 4, that one is really good to know. Because how we might do that is we might use a TV missile from an Apache. Or we might have someone go commander and use the, the cruise missile ability to provide a cruise missile strike. So with that, that's pretty much it. Tetra, I think that's it for everything I have to cover. Let me double check. That's everything I have to cover, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, how many do we have? Alright, let's get everyone load up in the helicopters.
Let me get my gear back on.
I'm flying. Excuse me, sir. Everyone needs to have only blips on. Alright, okay. Who the fuck just signed their own death warrant? Who the fuck is this that just signed their own death warrant? Get out. I just said I was flying. You can't get in the seat with me. You're a red team, Jans. I want to have one of these blue boys get up here. Alrighty.
Tetra, for right now, I have the map unchanged, but when we get over to the area, I'll turn it off.
Okay. As long as you can keep a visual on my helicopter, you need to turn it off. Everyone needs to be able to know how to do this. Everything Ondia just said about fire support is completely useless without this course, just letting you know.
Yep.
If you don't know, Ondia gave the description, the 3Ds whenever he was calling out that tank. However, we may say something or to each other that we don't know where it is. Like, for instance, you know, it's not guaranteed that everyone knows where the Pegasus hangar or which hangar is the Pegasus hangar. So that's what we're going to cover in land navigation. Dragon Noble, hello. Yes, I see this. Oh, you're Powerful Alpha. What? Casey, Powerful Alpha found my channel.
Well, it is your username.
It is true. Well, welcome back, Powerful Alpha. So we're going to be going out here to the mountains. If everyone will bring up the intel log on the Discord, I'm going to show you guys how to read a grid zone map, how to identify grid zones, and this is really important because you need to know how to read them. You need to know how to find yourself on a grid map without bringing up your own map. Okay? Because for realism, that would be the way it is. If you're going to be in any way, shape, or form related to any sort of fire support, so if you're going to be a pilot, you absolutely need to know your grid zone. Because in any case where a flare is not possible, you're going to need to know where a ground team is designating you to. And they're probably going to do that by grid zone. So once we get up here, we're going to land in at an undisclosed location, and then I'm going to put you guys out, and then we're going to start reading maps first thing. So the land navigation map that I have made, I have customized it to add grid zones. There are grid zone numbers for every single map, or for every single grid zone block, and I'm going to teach you how to read those, and I'm going to teach you how to identify things. We're going to have lots of fun with it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to land right here. Now this is special because whoever is looking at the map, we are landing at a defining feature. Why would this be a defining feature? Everyone can land and hop out. I want everyone to gather school circle. Why would this be a defining feature, what we're on right now?
Right next to the bridge.
Well, no. The bridge is a defining feature. We are on the top of a hill, also known as a hilltop. Every hilltop, every major hilltop, is going to at least have a number. So, first, guys, if you've got your map up, okay, bring it up on your mobile device, or whatever device you're using. I want you, and it should be relatively easy to read. If you need to zoom in, feel free to zoom in. Who can tell me what hilltop number this is?
Number 9 Lodge.
This is number 9. Okay, so what grid zone block does hilltop 9 belong to?
2058.
2058. Alright, that's perfect. Okay, so if everyone will direct their attention to grid block 5055, you can see there are 9 numbers going left, or going right, and 9 numbers going up. So, this is additional grid zone indicators. Oh, I just put my controller down and punched somebody. Nice. Okay, so we are at grid zone 2058. So, for all intents and purposes, that is our last known location as of current description. So, for instance, if Ondia was squad leader, and his squad was just dropped on Hilltop 9, and he needed to relay his position to a platoon leader, if their platoon is scattered across the mountain, he's going to radio his platoon leader. He's going to say, Killjoy Actual, be advised, my squad is on Hilltop 9. Now, here's where things get fun. When you read the grid zone block coordinates, okay, I'm going to redirect your attention back up to 5055. You're always going to read right, then up. Okay, and that's in the notes. So you're going to read right and then up. So Hilltop 9, using the grid, or the rough estimate grid of 5055, that little diagram I've laid out for you up there, using 5055 on 2058, what is our 8-digit grid number? Now, what I mean by 8-digit grid...
580909.
Perfect. That is outstanding. You're always going to add a 0 in front of your grid zone block coordinate number. So, the grid zone block is 2058. You are 9 ticks to the right, so it would be 09, and you are 9 ticks up, so it would be 0909. And that tells you where on the grid zone block you are. So, for all intents and purposes, if Hilltop 9 was unmarked, Ondia would radio to the platoon leader, Killjoy Actual, be advised, my squad is at 20580909. Platoon leader checks his map, finds that grid block, finds where on the grid block they are using the last 4 numbers. Casey just left. Lovely. Ooh, you're going to miss stuff now. And he says, okay, he's on Hill 9. So.
Well, because what I can do is I can probably go back and empty the case and find back. Well,
sure, go ahead. I'll try and cover as much while you are. Okay, so. Another important thing. I want you guys to come right here. So, whoever's still with me. This right there. Top of that. What is that right there? Can anyone tell what that is?
Hill 8?
That is Hilltop 8. Up there, that is Hilltop 8. So, if we are here and we know we're on a hilltop, but we have no idea where on the map we are. Okay, we have our map open. We have no idea where we are. Using our blips, which gives you pretty much, which is a compass. Okay, using your map, you're going to look north, okay? So right now, north is this direction. Okay? Now, if I'm looking north and off to my right, I see Mount Chiliad, but I don't know what Mount Chiliad is called. All I know is that's a big mountain. Okay? And I also see a mountain to my left. And I see the hilltop for that. But I have no idea what that is. So I'm going to shoot from my position to there. I'm going to shoot what's called an azimuth. Okay? So from north, I'm going to shoot an azimuth. Okay? Pretty much what that is that's a compass direction. So now I've got to figure out how many degrees from north is the azimuth that I just shot. And then from there, I'm going to determine my own location. So if I know that north is the top of the map, and I'm looking north right now, and I can see two hilltops right now. Okay? First, you need to determine which hilltops it could possibly be. So you need to be able to see 2 of them. Well, currently, there's 5 hilltops on the map right now. Okay? One is significantly taller than the other. So the best way to indicate that, if you look on your map, if you look at Hill 11 in grid zone 5060, you're going to see that mountain or hilltop has all these little weird circle squigglies around it. Each of those squigglies is supposedly 100 or more. So per tick or per squiggly line, it's got layers. Onions have layers. Per line is supposed to be 100 or 200 meters in elevation. So if there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. If there's 11 circles on Hilltop 11, then that means that that mountain is about 220 meters. Or 2,200 meters. So that's roughly about, say, 6,000 or 7,000 feet, okay? That mountain's pretty tall. So that mountain, knowing that it's 6,000 or 7,000 feet, we're now going to check all of the other mountains, okay? So if that mountain looks about 6,000 or 7,000 feet tall, and the map is indicating that there is a 7,000 foot mountain in the area, and the hilltop for that mountain is hilltop 11, I have now determined that that hilltop over there is hilltop 11. Which means, if I am facing north, I am south of hilltop 11. So if I'm south of hilltop 11, and I can see another hilltop to my left, that is not so tall, that is roughly, from sea level, we could say it's about 500 or 600 meters tall. Okay? Odds are, is that that's hilltop 10, because it's not as tall as hilltop 11. And we're south of hilltop 11. So now that I've established that I am south of hilltop 11 and just directly south of hilltop 10, and I can obviously move around. I see that there's a bridge, and I see that there's a body of water off to my right, and a body of water off to my left in the distance, and there's probably a river down below me. I can now establish that I am on hilltop 9 because I am also at the top of a hill of significant height. So pretty much what I'm going to do now, as soon as Ondia starts and is I'm going to have you guys turn your blips, only blips on. Only blips are going to turn on. Alright, after Ondia restarts this, only blips are going to turn on. And then, I'm going to drop you in random locations. And I want you to find where you are without opening your map. Now, this is going to be an integrity test. Because I can't make sure that you're not going to cheat. I can't make sure of that, okay? I'm going to drop you in 3 or 4 different locations. And what I want you to do is I want you to find where you are using your compass that you have. Find north. From there, find your defining features. A hilltop, a town, a bridge, a body of water. Anything that help you can find where your location is. Then I want you to send me via PM on Discord your 8-digit grid, exact. Okay? And I'm going to know where you are. I'll know where you are, because I'm going to have my map open tracking you guys. You need to know, I want your 8-digit grid. And if you are close, I want to know what your closest defining feature on the map is. So, for instance, if you're on grid zone 25056 0706, and you're right on hilltop 7, I want to know what defining feature you're near.
Please check your phone. Invite sent.
Hey, Joe,
Yes, Tony.
can I take a restroom break?
Yes, actually, I recommend that everyone, since while we have time, everyone go to the bathroom and
It might take a while.
oh, okay. Yeah, so we're gonna take a quick break, and then we come back. We're gonna be doing land navigation.